Galacticare is a recent addition to the hospital management builder space. Do dad jokes and boning chambers make for a good sim game? Watch on and find out. My name is Thoraxe, and this is Strategy for Busy People. If you've got a few minutes, I'll tell you what to play. Sim games are a type of builder, and we really like builders here. You might think we were ill if we didn't take a look at Galacticare by Bright Rock Games. I medically induced myself to put just over 5 hours into this title to see what there was to see inside. And it wasn't all earwax. If you think the jokes have been bad so far, then you might not want to give Galacticare a try because it is stuffed to the gills with bad and/or dad jokes. Their humor is definitely my style, but it does tend to get old after a while because it's one of the predominant themes in the game. The theme is essentially that you are the new leader of a sprawling, dispassionate healthcare conglomerate whose job is to take care of the inevitably ill aliens that might come through your door. There are different chapters in the game that take you to different facility layouts, each with unique patient challenges for that specific chapter. The second chapter of the game takes place near a rock concert where the promoter is planning to blow up a moon as the final act. Throughout the concert, both the talent and the guests come down with ailments that are unique-ish to the circumstances. As an example, one of the headliners is suffering from an addiction to energy drinks, which can only be cured by a new type of treatment room, the Dreamarium. So you must build this special new treatment room to be able to, treat the patient, who annoyingly keeps reappearing with the same addiction to energy drinks. And this is one of the core loops of the game. As you play through the chapters, you are introduced to new types of treatment rooms which you need to fit into the somewhat limited confines of your hospital's layout. And that is kind of one of the other core loops in the game, managing the layout of the hospital. This ties into one of the other things, which is managing both patient and doctor needs. Let's back up for a moment. Each chapter or mission or whatever you want to call it starts out in the same way, with an empty facility. You start by placing a reception desk and then build out the facility by adding treatment rooms. Each of these rooms has specific size requirements to fit all of its unique equipment, and then you have to hire a doctor to work in that room. Doctors can have skill specialties related to the treatment rooms. The doctor with skin lab skills should probably work in the skin lab if they want to perform optimally. As you continue to build, you also need to manage the decor of the hospital and its treatment rooms, and not just because it may or may not be fun. Each species in the game has unique decor, space, food, and other requirements that need to be managed. The management of these needs leads to improved patient happiness, but your doctoring staff also has the same species-dependent needs. When the doctor's needs are met, their moods increase and they perform their jobs better. Congestion in the hospital, much like traffic in a city builder, annoys everyone, so it becomes important to spend money to unlock unused areas of your facility to move rooms and waiting areas around. There are some specialty rooms that deal explicitly with your doctors, like the training room or the staff lounge. There is also a special type of employee, the consultant, whose skills remain with them from chapter to chapter, unlike regular doctors who must be rehired each chapter. The consultants also have some unique special abilities, like this first one you get, who is a former rock star. Remember that rock concert chapter? Whose singing increases the mood of nearby doctors. There are also these little bugs that fly around and you can smash, and they give you money, crafting bucks, other bucks, or sometimes make your patients poop on the floor. Speaking of floor pooping, you have little robots that clean up in aisle 2, apparently. There are some teleporter pads that get introduced, and there's generally just a lot of things going on. But ultimately, none of it is hard. I never got the sense that there was much risk of failing any of the chapters. As long as you built the rooms and kept things moving along in terms of patient queue depth, you were pretty much a shoo-in to succeed. The only reason to put in a lot of effort would be if you wanted to finish a chapter with a higher hospital rating, which would give you better rewards. And, speaking of those rewards, some of the missions are completely optional and only exist for the purpose of getting additional rewards. Some rewards come in the form of new decor that you can add, which may be more interesting, but not necessarily more functional. There is a market where you can buy some of these upgrades, but yet others are things that need to be crafted with one of those aforementioned currencies. Before I give my final verdict, take a moment to like this video and subscribe to the channel. Don't forget to share it with your friends. Agree with me, disagree with me, or want to see other content? Let me know in the comments below. Want to try this game yourself? Check out my humble affiliate link below. And if you want to support me in making more of these videos, become a patron on Patreon. Your support really makes a difference. The final verdict. I didn't stop playing after only 5 hours because the game was bad. I stopped playing because it didn't seem like anything meaningfully new was going to happen, and I was getting tired of the dude with the energy drink showing up for rehab over and over. The game inevitably seemed like it would just keep giving me one new treatment room per chapter, and then I would just have to build and click my way to success in much the same fashion each time. Sure, I could have put in the extra effort to train doctors, rotate staff, and improve the hospital throughput to max out the hospital rating. But it was still going to be the same loop of building a new hospital, starting small, hiring doctors, and just doing this over and over. The novelty wore off relatively quickly, as did the dad jokes, and the people barfing on the floor because the vomit bugs showed up. On my trademarked 3-point score scale of avoid, meh, and I forgot to eat, I might have drank too much toxin from the vending machines, but I certainly didn't get addicted. If you want a laid-back builder that's not all that terribly hard with a cutesy storyline, good graphics, and a meaningful amount of depth and breadth, Galacticare is pretty good and is likely worth a try. But you might not be entirely satisfied with the treatment you get for your money.